So when we think about healthy living, it can be overwhelming sometimes in the sense that you might be trying to make too many changes at one time. But it really, really can be very, very simple. And the key to maintaining the consistency of implementing these healthy habits and changes is just planning ahead. So with the 30 days to healthy living, a meal plan comes with it. You get accountability from me. There's recipe suggestions, weekly recipes planned out for you if you choose to follow that, or you can follow just the food planning suggestions in terms of portion control on the meal plan itself. But if you really need the support and you need the guidance and suggestions for making some healthy meals, it is all there for you. And so what I want to show you today is one of my favorite go-tos. This is a one pan recipe. It's super, super simple. It has our protein. I'm going to do some chicken, sweet potatoes for our healthy starch, and then broccoli for our vegetable. And so when we think about making a plate, a whole well-rounded plate for the 30 days to healthy living, you want half your plate to be vegetables. You want about an eighth of it to be your healthy starch, quarter your healthy protein, whether you're vegan or meat-based. So even though our products are vegan, we have plan options for vegan and also animal-based to get a little extra protein in there from our meat sources. So that's totally an option to you. And then the other piece of that, where I mentioned that starch, about that eighth or so, a little more than an eighth, is our healthy fat again, just like we talked about with the shakes. So what I have for healthy fat here is I've got some oil drizzled on the veggies and the sweet potatoes already. And so I like to use grapeseed oil or avocado oil. They have higher cook points. And so we're cooking this at 425. And so those are great oil options, and you're gonna get your healthy fat in, and it's gonna really crisp up your veggies and your sweet potatoes really, really nicely. And so they'll have a nice little delicious crunch flavor to them. So I'm not gonna actually undo my organic chicken breast with you right now for the sake of the video, but I wanted you to get a visual of how simple this is. So I've got my veggies, I've got my sweet potato. When I go to do the chicken, I take an additional, they're on parchment paper. So I go to take an additional sheet of parchment paper, and when I've got my chicken breasts out, I lay both of them side by side, and then I'm going to take the parchment paper and just kind of roll them up so that they're cooking. The juices aren't really gonna hit your sweet potatoes and veggies and all of that. So I like to have them, and the key piece for the parchment paper more than anything is that it helps keep the moisture in the chicken as it's cooking. So you can see now I've got my chicken down here, and I've already seasoned it with whatever your seasoning of choice. I usually just do a little sea salt and pepper. Same thing on the veggies. And then this is gonna go in at 425 for 30 to 35 minutes, done deal. So you've got your perfect meal here, completely balanced, one pan, 35 minutes. Prepping is super, super simple, and you can feed your entire family. So this is my husband and I, so obviously for feeding for two, but you can do larger serving portions, and you can even add more on for leftovers so that you've got, another meal for the next day for lunch. So I hope this was helpful. This is one of my favorite go-tos for healthy living in a pinch to make sure we're making healthy choices throughout the week.